some rich guy who just wants to give away his money and help the world, right? Nobody's buying that. And so whatever Bill Gates is involved in, everyone's always going to consider it to be at the very least, for profit. And at the very worst, some nefarious population reducing, horror show. The guy got caught cheating, got fired from Microsoft for cheating. I mean, just, not a good person. The news media, the same thing, even worse in different ways. And then you have politicians that are proven liars. And how many of us have had a bad experience with the modern medical community? So it's not our fault for not trusting you. It's your fault for being not trustworthy. And take responsibility for that. That you are a, deeply flawed and a, tending towards evil billionaire, right? And the people that you're talking about and associating with, these organizations and institutions, have a long history of doing bad things, right? The medical community, we all have our personal stories, but the last thing that you guys were involved in was the opioid crisis. That was the last big medical thing that happened, overall medical pharmaceutical companies. And now, right after that, there's a COVID thing. And so you expect us to trust you. Like, there's something wrong with us for not trusting, any of these entities and organizations, right? Okay, so let's segue over to Jim Acosta. I got this trailer I want to get to. A couple of trailers. Just,
This guy already sucks.
The deception, the level of just not being human. The level of not having a heart. The not,
Paul, I love you.
In some real way. And so let's start here.
It's that time of the year. The days are getting shorter. It's cold outside. It's also when we start looking back at the past year. And what a year it was over on Fox, or as I've described it this year, the bullshit factory.
Oh my God.
So they've started to swear on CNN, right? Like, this is the third person that I've seen swear. It's a big part of it. Don Lemons did it. John King did it. Maybe
Lemons swear?
Anderson Cooper. They're doing it quite regularly. But that doesn't make them more human.
No.
They're even more
The crying
robotic.
didn't
They're
either.
Even more contrived. Like, it makes it just more unprofessional, right?
Just in the last week, they've been churning out so much BS. It's
the problem. Why don't you guys just...
Sorry.
Speaking of unwatchable, here's the Biebs. He's got these donut hole look